I've just watched that last clip back. I had no idea I touch my face that much when I'm talking. My goodness, that's anti-coronavirus behaviour, isn't it? I have to work on that one. friends. I thought I'd do a little bit of a chit chat. I'm sorry if I wobble the phone. I'm sitting at the table talking to you, which is very unusual, and it's even worse because you're actually old school in it, sitting on top of a packing box, my tablet and a cookery book, because the phone clamp on my tripod has broken. I need to replace it, but Johnny and I share it, and unfortunately we can't come to an agreement on which one, which is about half of the course. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my hair. I had a trim yesterday, but I'm just getting used to the fact that it doesn't stay behind my ear quite as well as it did before. I only had the ends off it. I'm quite enjoying it a bit longer. Got it thinned out and put the layers back in, and it's curling very nicely now, so I'm very pleased with that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a few little things, a couple of bits of Happy Mail post, if you're from the UK. I've got my cuppa, and I've also got a project that's too hot to drink yet. It's Heath and Heather apple and cinnamon tea with just a teensiest amount of honey on the end of a spoon. I can manage it almost without honey now. I used to have a spoon, as a normal teaspoonful. I've got it right down to about a quarter of a teaspoon, perhaps not even that. But the problem is that I don't really enjoy many herbal teas. I prefer fruit teas, but almost all fruit teas have a base of hibiscus, which is a very dry and slightly bitter flavour, but they use it, I think, for the colour. And without honey, I find it really difficult, really unpalatable. So I'm trying really hard to cut my sugars back a lot. So I've reduced it down to the tiniest amount, and I think that's got to be better than a spoonful. So, anyway, I wanted to show you a project which you've seen before if you've been watching my podcasts and vlogs for a long while. But I haven't shown it to you for a long while. I've been working on it quite a bit recently. Well, not quite a bit, but somewhat. In between all the other things I'm working on. I'm also working on a secret project at the moment, which I can't show you because it's knitting up a pair of socks in the prototype yarn for my Christmas Day boxes. I not want to toot my own horn too often, however, I do really, really like it. It's really very pretty. I'm very pleased with it indeed. Anyway, what is in here, this ear project bag is, let me just get to the front page so I can show you a picture. It's called the Film Reel Cardigan by Elena Nodal. Which I have made some modifications to, but not many. Basically the main modification I've made is that there's a textured stitch pattern every time you change colour, and I've omitted the textured stitch pattern and done a fade section. So if I show you from the top how much of this oh, it looks like more in the screen. So it's one of those that I've got all amped up about getting finished, worked on for a bit, then got bored of working on for a bit and gone away from, done a load of other smaller projects and then come back to it. But I'm not allowed to cast. I've got several full garments worth of yarn, and I'm not allowed to start another garment until this is off the needles. And if anybody does say to me in the future, if I ever say I want to make another finger in weight large garment, I mean this is a long cardigan, it's got this, I've just faded into colour number 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's like a cropped sort of like waist length cardigan length as it is now, and I've got another colour to go through, and I've got the whole of the rest of this solid section to do, then the next fade section and the bottom solid section. So it's probably going to be, you know, probably about the hands from there to there, much more knitting in the body before I can get to the sleeves. And I reckon once I get to the sleeves it'll be like knitting a slightly bigger than normal sock, and I'll just down the sleeves. So I'm just trying really hard to keep this for like when I'm sitting on the settee, watching some telly in the evening, do a few rows. The rows are so long and they're getting bigger because I've got some increases for the hips here and here, and then every so often you do an increase down here on the front bands, which are garter stitch. I'm not doing a very good job of showing you, but it's quite a hard garment to show. But isn't it all in one? And it's just got this really simple style. It meets together at the back of the neck like that, and then it's got this garter band. And as I say, I'm just fading the colours through. These are all my colours. So you've got Jewel Mine, then you've got Sweet Viola. This was a one of a kind that I did for one of the Derbyshire Dyers market nights, which was called Lime Park Rhododendrons. This one that I'm just coming into now is one of my oldies but goodies, which is called Cosmic Wonder. Looks like that in the cake. So, hang on a minute. Lime Park Rhododendrons. Sweet Viola, getting in a tangle. That's the only bit of Jewel Mine I've got left, because I've put that into a couple of swap packages since, but I don't do any of the sleeve in that because it's a drop sleeve construction, so drop shoulder construction I should say. And the last one going in is another of my standard colour weight. Oh dear, these were wound on my old ball winder and they're a right mess. Shows you how old the project is. And that's my Black Cherries colourway. Sparkle sparkle. So I'm really looking forward to getting this in at the bottom and then getting down the sleeves. There's my little tension square to prove I was a good girl, which I did in the Jewel Mine. Very soft. I'm really looking forward to being able to wear this later on in the year. So I'm working on, what am I working on? Oh, Chowgoo red laces. Is it going to let me? Do you know, I find it's so hard to read these, especially without my spectacles on. Hang on. Saw it then. 3.5 mils. There we go. So I'm going to try and plod on with that a little bit this evening. One of the garments I really want to make myself is a very popular one at the moment, but I'm so enchanted by it, and it's the Whitmore sweater by Amy Loudon, the Little Tailoress. I just think that's the most flattering and gorgeous and spectacular garment. So there you go. I'll try and give you another little progress update in a couple of weeks and we'll see how far I get. In fact, I'll put a progress keeper on before I start knitting tonight, and then we'll be able to see. And that's in my Knights, Princesses and Castles project bag, which is a big one that my sister-in-law made for me. I'm sorry about the frog in my throat. Let me just have another sip of water. A little yarny acquisition. Bought this a little while ago. I wanted to show you this as well. Obviously not the bit with my address on, but I really like these sort of manila paper envelopes, and I need to do myself some research because I'd like to go over to these. I do use 100% recyclable poly mailers at the moment, but I would like to try these. And I'd be interested to know of any other small business owners who use them, and if they've had any issues with like the protection of the products, you know, from the weather and the elements and things. If a postie left that outside, which I know they shouldn't. I've heard of post people losing their jobs over doing that. But if they did and it rained torrentially, I'd be worried about the goods inside getting damaged if they weren't wrapped in some kind of plastic. So I'm a little bit, but I really want to try. Anyway, how much of a digression was that? This is from Stripy Cat Yarns. Now, this is my first ever Stripy Cat Yarns, which is a bit bonkers if you consider how much I love self-striping. And this is her Rainbow Connection sock set. The Rainbow Connection is by Kay Litton. Took me a while to remember her name there, of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. Now, this is the Disco Cat self-striping and almost black semi-solid. But I'm not making the Rainbow Connection socks with them. If you follow Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, you will know that she has recently been working on a Rainbow Connections mitt pattern, and that is what I'm going to do with these. I don't do that well with colourwork socks because of the ridiculously high instep of my foot. So I want the mitts instead. So that's a treat for me to knit this coming autumn probably. But there, look at all the gorgeous neon colours. So that was my little treat to myself. I have actually got another yarn on order from Stripy Cat. I was about to say the Stripy Cat Sock Lady. No, that's not right. Stripy Cat yarns. I was very lucky to score the what's it called? Mischief Managed sock set. It was a one-off colourway. Next up, I just wanted to show you this, just as a matter of interest really. I know I don't talk about beauty products and toiletries much, but this has arrived today. I ordered it from Holland & Barrett. It's the Dr. Organic Reishi Ultra Hydrating Eye Serum. Ultimate hydration to revive and soothe delicate skin. And it's a vegan product. So, obviously, it's cruelty-free. Now, I don't know if you can see from here or not. Just there, that little mark there. All around that little mark, I keep getting crusty, dry skin. And if I put concealer, or heaven forfend, I should try putting some foundation on, it just cakes to it. You know how it does if you've got a scabby spot on your face. And it makes it look even worse than it was. I have no idea what this is that's under my eye. Obviously, if it stays and knocks around, I mean, it has been a little bit better. I've been really trying to moisturise as much as I can under there. Obviously, if it doesn't go away, I will go to the doctor. But I also get those, like, I think they call them melia, the little white sort of hard sebum lumps under my eyes. And as I get older, all you can see is mascara, the worse that they're getting. So I'm just trying to counteract that a bit. So what I'll do is I'll try this for a few weeks. I'll try and remember to put it on. I'm not very good at that, but trying to decide. It doesn't say what time of day to do it. I don't know whether to do it in the morning or in the evening. Guess maybe night time might be better because that's when your body regenerates, isn't it? And I would touch it less when I was asleep, I would hope. I might try doing it at bedtime. I'll let you know in a few weeks if that has improved the situation under my eyes. I'm thinking, I need to be able to put makeup on when I go back into the real world again. What if I can't put concealer under my eyes? I also need to get a new concealer because the one that I was using was fine when I was ghostly white. And you may be thinking, what are you on about, Suzanne? You're still ghostly white. But trust me, this looked more like that a few months ago. This is me with some sun in my face. And it now looks a little bit patchy. The last thing I've got to show you is a wonderful swap package that I received from Amy from the Happy Little Yarn podcast. She mentioned a while ago she fancied doing a swap. And I messaged her because I love a swap. I love a swap. If anybody ever wants to do a swap with me, shout up, don't be shy. I love a swap. I'll even send people things and not expect anything in return. I just love, especially putting mini skeins together. There's something about that. Anyway, yes, she sent me a lovely parcel. So we talked about what each other liked, and we've both got a shared love of Harry Potter. So this is what she sent me. Now, Amy is in Georgia in the States, if you haven't heard of it. And this is Dietastic hand-dyed yarn, and I've never had any of this before. And it's called Sunset Storm. Look. Just look at those colours. Look at this section. Look at this teal. Oh, it's gorgeous. And this, I feel, needs to be a hat or a cowl or something, because I just love these colours so much. And it's 75 merino, 25 nylon, fingering sock weight. 100 grams. So I absolutely I mean, I said to her jewel tones, bright colours, neons, all that. I mean, she couldn't have got it any better for me if she tried. So that was the yarn that she sent me. Then she sent me this adorable wee little sack project bag, and it's really cute. It's made by Knit for Brains, and it's got deer, raccoons, squirrels, foxes, what else? Hedgehogs, autumn leaves, seed heads. I'm not sure, are these snowflakes? They're so pretty. And then it's got this lovely sort of loopy, trellisy pattern on the inside, and it's a drawstring. So I've got a project in mind that's going to go in that one. So that's Knit for Brains. Show it in the right place, Suzanne. And there was a cute little kitty stitch marker with that one as well. So that's gorgeous. I'm going to keep that in there so that I can make sure that that goes on that project. This I just squealed over. This is an amazing notebook, and it's Honeydukes Hogsmeade Legendary Wizarding Sweet Shop. And not only has it got this awesome cool design on the back and front covers, but it's also got these let me show you this one. I can get it open. I love this one. It's got these subdividers inside. So that one's Chocolate Frog, and it's got the frog tab at the top, and then you've got a lollipop, and that's, I'll show you Bertie Bott's Every Flavour Beans. And I did notice when I was looking sneakily at Harry Potter fabrics, oh look, Fizzing Whizbees, that Aldi appear to have some fat quarter packs in these same designs at the moment, and I'm seriously tempted. I can see some project bags in my future out of those. And then she sent me this, and now I don't know what this is called, but it's a D, like a big lobster claw clasp, and then it's got this locking key ring on it, and then on there you've got a pair of folding scissors, and then all these different stitch markers, and then on this end you've got a row counter, one of the twisty ones. Now I'm going to struggle to really show you them individually, but I'll try. So this one here is a wand, and they're all Gryffindor, look, golden red beads, which is because I told her I was a Gryffindor, so that's amazing. A broomstick. Ivy and I have been looking at these, and we've decided that's a galleon. Then we've got an inkwell and quill. This is either a sickle or canut. I think it's a silver sickle. Then you've got some owl post with an owl. It's awesome. And then a book, which I'm thinking is a spell book. So that's absolutely gorgeous. Trying to decide what I'm going to put that on. I mean, some of these, like that owl with the owl post, I almost want to make that into a zip pull so I can see it on the outside of my project bag all the time. And I may do that with some of them. I absolutely love the little coins. They're so adorable. And then the last thing she sent me. I swear she can read minds. Don't know if I told her that my favourite character is Luna Lovegood. And she sent me a Spectra Specs stitch marker. So excited. Look at them. So I need a special Harry Potter project to use those on, so they're going to go and hide. If anybody ever sees any small like sweetie tins or pillowcases or anything like that that have a Harry Potter design on them, will you tell me? Because being the saddo that I am, with my subdivisions of themed progress keepers and stitch markers, I do like to have little individual pots and tins to keep them in. So all of my favourite Christmas stitch markers are in a little Santa head tin that had some chocolates in from Marks and Spencer's the other year. and I want a separate one for Harry Potter things, and obviously it's got to have Harry Potter on it. And I want it to be one of those tins where the lid snaps on and stays closed, not just like a little trinket pot with a loose lid. If anybody ever sees anything like that, please tell me, because I have searched and I've never found one that I actually liked. Something, you know, something a bit like this. Something a bit pretty as well. I don't really tend to like the traditional sort of like house colours, themes of, you know, all the sort of darker colours. I prefer the more interesting designs. More sort of like flamboyant designs, if you like. Anyway, it's just a quick share from me. I say it's quick, it's 20 and a half minutes long. I'm going to stop talking now, otherwise this won't be a vlog, it'll be a podcast. See you in a bit. Oh dear, my back looked terribly. Ah, that's better. Hello, it's me and Miss Molly. We're having a little snuggle. She's such a cuddly girl. She's also very naughty. She likes to sneak into the house and try to eat cat food. Which is very cheeky, isn't it, madam? You've been chewing the grass. Say hello to your adoring people. Oh, no, that's no good. You're so pretty. Come on then. Come on then. Whee! The sock you just saw me working on is this one. I haven't showed this yet, but this is this year's Halloween colourway from Greenlambkin. Well, there might be more, but this is my first Halloween colourway for 2020. And it is called Eeny Meeny Halloweeny. Now there's the first sock. And this is my progress on the second. It's a little purple star globe sequin stitch marker, which I've got a couple of in the shop. So that's pretty. I'm using this Opal Uni in orange, can't remember the actual number, for the heel and the toe, which goes really well with it, I think you'll agree. It's living in this lovely Halloweeny bag, which was made by my sister Jazz Kit and Wendy, and it's got Boo the Ghost on it. And here are 3 skeins that I dyed yesterday, that was Friday, and they're going to be going in the shop today, Saturday the 25th. Because when I shared this on Instagram, there was quite a lot of interest in this, so we'll see how these 3 skeins go, and I'll be poised and ready to dye some more. I'm really enjoying the way this is knitting up, it's really flying off the needles. Oh, I ought to tell you, to get this effect, I'm knitting a 64 stitch sock on a 2.25mm needle. These are Chowgu Red Laces fixed circulars. And obviously at my tension, this is how it works up. Everybody's going to have a slightly different tension, so you'll have, and obviously each skein is individually dyed, so you won't get exactly the same pattern. This pattern is random, but you'll get this same overall effect. Whilst I'm here at the table, I thought I'd share with you that I've also finished these Hermione's Everyday socks in this unbelievable mini rainbow gradient set. I've washed and blocked them because, being a gradient, they were dyed on a sock blank. So they were a little bit wibbly wobbly, but they're blocked out beautifully, really nice and smooth. So these are going to go into my collection for winter, and I did swap them around. You can see that they should have been identical, if I'd have started at the same end for both, but I'm a bit obtuse like that. Obtuse, I'm never sure about that word. And I like them to be opposite some of the time. So this is the little mini, the sort of lovely navy midnight blue that came with them, and I think it works really well. And as I said, it's the Hermione's Everyday stitch pattern, but it's my own sock recipe. So I did a 2x2 normal rib, the Hermione's Everyday sock pattern. This is a 4/4 heel, and I do 4 rounds of plain knitting. I pick up 4 stitches here on either side of the heel, and then I do 4 rounds of normal before I go into my decreases, because I have an extremely deep high instep, and then a normal double decrease toe with Kitchener stitch. And obviously on the foot I don't knit the texture on the sole of the foot because I think that would bother me. So these are going to be going into the Crazy Sock Lady Summer Sock Camp 2020 Magic Loop Camp finished objects thread, because I'm taking part in that, and this will be my second pair. That's going till I think the end of August, so that'll be a good one for you to join in with. You've still got time to get a pair of socks done and plonk them in there, and that's in the Crazy Sock Lady podcast group on Ravelry. So I'm going to take some photos of these now and get them in that as well. I'm going to end this vlog in a minute, but I just wanted to share with you that obviously making myself accountable here is what I really need to do to make progress. So I told you earlier on in the vlog, which was about a week and a half ago, that I was going to put a progress marker in where I was, and then we'd catch up later on this cardigan and see how far I got. Now this was the progress keeper that I put in, this little set of cherries, and this is how far I have gone since, which, considering the width of this garment, this is a cardigan that I'm knitting all in one, so I've got the back and 2 fronts. I'm actually really pleased with this progress. Now this lovely dragonfly, which came from oh dear, my brain. Scarlet and Joe? Oh dear, I'll try and remember to put a link in the comments below. My brain is terrible, but it's an absolute beauty, and that is marking where I started fading. I know it doesn't look much like it there, but here you can see better that I've started fading my final colouring, and I've only got about, I reckon, 4 more rows of that before I can start working solidly in the solid section of my final colour, which I'm so thrilled about. So hopefully by the next time I talk to you, I might actually be onto the sleeves of this cardigan, and I'm really working towards it being finished for autumn. Then I've got some other projects I want to get started on. I want to get that Waru shawl finished next. Obviously I've got some Christmas knitting projects I want to get done, and then my next garment cast on I think is going to be the Whitmore sweater, because that's what I've been dreaming about a lot. So I want to say thank you very much for watching this vlog. I really appreciate those of you who keep on coming back, and any of you who are new to the vlog, thank you very much for watching and welcome. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you have liked it and you do watch, please remember to click the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time a new video comes up, click the little bell as well. And then if you do enjoy it, it really helps me to get a little bit more visibility if you just do click the thumbs up button. And if you don't really enjoy it, click the thumbs down button, because that is all that still gets my video higher up on the algorithm. And so either are more than welcome. So anyway, I'm going to say TTFN, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye!